Welcome to Are We the Only Ones? I'm Kathy, and today I would like to talk about masterdating. What is masterdating? Okay, so this is a new term I learned recently, and I think it's actually perfect for what it is, which is when you take yourself out on a date and hang out all alone all night and enjoy your own company. Now, I'm happily married. I have 2 children. And I often find that I go and have to eat alone when I'm on a cruise. Sometimes nobody wants to go with me, and they're comfortable in the stateroom. And, it's an easy walk. So I'll just go take myself and have a table for one. I didn't realize that it was so difficult for other people to do this. I know that for some people it's extremely difficult to go eat alone or go to the movie theater alone. But I really want everybody to understand that in the best way possible, nobody's paying attention to you. Nobody cares. In fact, if anything, they're like, wow, that's pretty cool that person can do that. I do this when I go to Disneyland sometimes. I used to go often to Disneyland by myself. There's even a page in Facebook that's called Solo Disneyland Ladies that I like to be in. And just encourage other ladies to go to Disneyland solo. Or basically encourage people to Masterdate and go anywhere. But a Masterdate to Disneyland is a great one because it's an all-day event. You fill your entire day, and it's kind of like doing cardio, too, because you do a lot of walking. And you get to decide what you're going to do, what you're going to ride, what you're going to eat, and you don't have to ask anybody else. And it's really, really great because it's very liberating. I like the term masterdating. Have you started masterdating? I've been masterdating for at least, officially where I was really like not just going shopping or not just going to a movie or going to a quick lunch, but like going to an actual like nice dinner and then going to a movie after, or going like to 2 things. So like feeling like I'm taking myself on a date. And I don't find it to be weird for me. However, there are times when I've been to a restaurant and they've said like, we don't seat tables for one, so you have to sit at the bar. And where the host and hostess kind of felt like weird about it, which told me that this place doesn't have a lot of people that come individually to eat. But, if you go shopping alone, if you're on errands alone, it's really not that different than doing something like that alone, except you're just eating in a nicer restaurant with tablecloth, maybe, I don't know, an afternoon tea. I used to go to afternoon tea by myself at the Plaza Hotel in New York City and then go to the spa inside the Plaza Hotel right after. I never looked at it as a master date, but it is. That's exactly what that was. And I would drink champagne. I would have caviar with my afternoon tea. And I would literally go around all the different afternoon tea spots. I went to like the St. Regis Hotel, the Peninsula Hotel, Lady Mendel Tea Room. Obviously, the Plaza was my favorite because for some reason their spa was very inexpensive in there, compared to everyone else. So I was like, oh, this is a better deal. I had tea at the Carlisle, and that's a good thing. I think afternoon tea, if you're not used to having dinner alone, afternoon tea is a good way to start going solo somewhere because, I don't know, it doesn't feel as formal in a dinner setting, right? So you can kind of like do it. And afternoon tea doesn't feel like a meal in the same way that like having maybe because a lot of times you have the 3-tier, or sometimes they'll have like almost like an Asian shelf looking kind of like tea vehicle for, I remember the Mandarin Oriental had something like that. It was like almost like a box. Like I've seen shelves like this. And actually the Plaza had one that was made kind of like that. So it was like a round circular, and then it had like all these different shelves in between. Even Hello Kitty tea room in Irvine has like a round, kind of like round this way, as opposed to like a 3-tier this way. I actually have one of those 3 tiers things. So maybe one of these times I'll do a podcast and I'll actually have tea with my tea set and my 3-tier serving tea tray, and have a little afternoon tea sandwiches, cucumber sandwiches with cream cheese. I literally have my mandolin and my cucumbers right now, and I've had cucumber sandwiches the last 2 days, using cream cheese that had salmon cream cheese on one side, and then chive and onion cream cheese on the other side, and then a whole bunch of mandolined, very thin cucumber slices, sort of like, almost like lattice laid down. I kind of went a little, like a grid kind of thing, to make sure that every bite had cucumber in it, and it was like, the proportion was good, and the snap of the cucumber would be good, and all that. So I always like to do that with either Earl Grey or English breakfast tea. I need to have sugar, I can do honey, and I need to have some kind of cream or milk. And it's always nice to have a loose leaf tea with a strainer, but you know, you can do a tea bag, it's fine, that'll work too. But that's a great way to start your entree into master dating. Having a master dating lifestyle is not really as lonely as it seems. As long as you can get past a host or hostess making you feel a little bit weird about being alone. But that's only happened like one out of every maybe 25 times that I've gone out. Going to a movie alone is really easy too. Take yourself on a master date to the movie theater, and you can have snacks, and if you do a dining theater, you could actually have dinner in there, and nobody really see you, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm probably going to take myself on a master date to see that movie Project Hail Mary in the IMAX theater. And I think it's a good opportunity to sort of learn how to be independent, autonomous. You know, if you're like a woman who feels super uncomfortable going out, because you always feel like it's a dating environment to be out, and like you feels like you're somehow like not on a date, or like you should be on a date or something, try taking yourself on a master date to lunch and then a mani-pedi. Or, you know, if there's a place that you've been meaning to try and you've never found anybody to go with you, that's a place where you go take yourself on a master date. That's the epitome location for a master date. Anything that you've been meaning to try, that you've been wanting to try so bad, but you can't find anybody to go with you, that's when you go. That's when you take full advantage of being able to go on a master date, because half the time you could probably show up without even having a reservation. Just be like, call in, I have a party at 1, can I come in right now? Like, come on in. And you can always go to a bar easily. You could go to Din Tai Fung on a master date and just sit at the bar really fast and get in. All the really good places, if you're, a lot of times if there's a line somewhere and you're like, it's just me, how long will it be? They're like, oh, just come in, you know? So I highly recommend going and experiencing yourself. Like, master date and enjoy your own company. And, you know, one thing can lead to another. And after the master date, no, I'm just kidding. But, you know, hopefully, if you end up feeling empowered after going on a master date with yourself, then you can feel empowered to do anything after that. Because I saw this quote once. It was like, nobody is more dangerous than a person who can eat alone, go to a movie alone, or is it like also like a person who no longer needs, it's like a combined thing. There's 2 quotes. One that had to do with like the most powerful, like people that, basically like, you know, aren't the ones, are the people that can go out and eat alone, go to movies alone. And then there's the concept of not caring what people think anymore, and not caring at all about people's opinions of you, which is the most freeing, and that's what makes you the most dangerous person, is someone who doesn't care about what people think about them. And I think combining that is actually maybe the key to happiness, is being able to combine not caring what people think about you so that you can be free and empowered to do what you want, and then also not caring about that in a master dating sense, so that you can actually go do whatever you want to do and not feel like you have to wait for somebody else to be available, to want to do it, to have the money to do it, to have the will to do it, to be serious enough to do it. Sometimes it's nice to just be able to do all the things that you want to do on your own and get them done. And then you can become like a guide to other people and take them to the event, or take them to the restaurant, take them to the film. And, you know, you get to sort of become like an innovator because you're doing all this stuff first. You're learning all this stuff first on your own, and you're reflecting and doing things. And then you're not having somebody else's opinion create a bias for you on whether or not you actually like it or not, and whether you actually think it was good value or not. You get to experience it fully by yourself. So, I mean, I can't imagine somebody that would not be able to go to like the spa by themselves. Like, how could I ever go to the spa as often as I did if I was so worried about having to have a friend come with me? So I challenge all of you to take yourself on a master date and think of something that you want to do, a place that you've been wanting to go, and do those two things and take yourself on a master date. And if you get lucky, you know that you won't be able to catch any STDs. So enjoy master dating and tell me where you went. Did you go to a Michelin star restaurant? Did you take yourself on a spa day? Did you take yourself on a little expensive shopping trip to kind of feel what it would be like to have lunch, shop, and spa? Did you go to a movie theater? Did you go to the whale watching? Did you go wine tasting? What did you do? Let us know. And tell me if it changed your life. Tell me if you feel like you were empowered after that and you realized how much more stuff that you could do on your own, and then how that maybe reflects into other parts of your life and affects other parts of your life. So tell me and share with everyone else. Give suggestions on where people can go. And, I hope that you'll be inspired to do more alone, which will eventually make you so whole that you'll be able to find a partner that doesn't make you feel alone while you're in a relationship, because you know how to be alone and you aren't subjected to having to wait in a codependent relationship for someone else. It will make your relationships stronger by being able to masturbate. All right. Until next time, give me a follow on Substack, YouTube, and Instagram, Facebook, and let me know what you think. I will be coming up with different types of podcast episodes that will be subscription only, so that our subscribers will have extra value. And I'm thinking of doing, like, if I go do food podcast episodes and maybe fashion episodes where I'm going to play with some fabric that I found that I bought from Mood Fabrics a long time ago in New York, and maybe play with that. So I'm just trying to get inspired. Hopefully you guys will get inspired too. Tell me what has been inspiring for you, and maybe that'll help kick me into gear, because I have definitely been in a rut in terms of getting inspired to do creative, like, things with my hands. I mean, it does not help that my nails are long, but if I was to do more things sewing, I would do recognize that I have to cut my nails down. And so I might be willing to do that. I've been taking a break from Kung Fu because my knee feels kind of weird, but I do miss it, and I do feel empowered when I know that I can walk around and not be scared of things. So again, going into the problem, like, it's a level of empowering yourself and feeling like you don't need someone else to make you feel safe. You don't need someone else to make you feel comfortable to go somewhere. So yeah, I feel like it's a new thing. Someone else called it a lone wolf kind of vibe. I like master dating. Tell me what you think. Master dating, lone wolf. Master dating, lone wolf. All right, until next time.